So recently, I decided to plan a trip with my three sisters out to California.
Yeah.
I'm going to hit San Francisco. We're going to go to Alcatraz, do some Napa Valley wineries. But recently, you also did a West Coast trip.
I did.
And how was your experience over in Alcatraz?
So Alcatraz, and this is going to start feeling like it's one of those ghost hunter type episodes, because I will tell you, when you go to Alcatraz, and I went during the day, I'm not going at night like you are.
Okay, yeah, I'm
not that brave. But it is literally, they tell you that getting up to the prison is like the equivalent of walking a 13-story.
Oh my.
Building.
Okay.
And it does give you a workout. So you'll have buns of steel after you get done.
Okay, got you.
So, because it does wear you out. But I will tell you, I'm not the type of person, like I'm not an empath like you are. I don't really typically pick up on energies.
Right.
I just don't. I don't have that gift. But I definitely picked up on something in the prison when I was in there. Like I had, tightness in my chest, shortness of breath.
Wow.
I was like, I just couldn't, like there was something heavy.
Wow.
And that's why I was like texting you madly saying, oh my God, I'm like feeling all this energy. What do I do? What do I do?
Yeah. And here I'm like at home thinking like, oh my God, what a drama queen. What is going on with this guy? And so I start, chat GPTing like, what do you do? And I think I had given you some like tips with like white candles and like really
right.
You're supposed to, from what I've read and heard over the years, is you're supposed to tell them to stay there. Like, don't bother me. Leave me alone. Stay where you are. Don't follow me. And so anyway, who knows if that works or not? But that's what I've heard.
Well, like a couple of days after that, we were walking around San Francisco, and I think it was actually in Castro where we came upon this metaphysical shop.
Okay.
And I walked in there, and I told the lady right in there, I was like, "Give me anything that takes away negative energy." So this is why I wear
the evil eye.
The evil eye,
yes.
because I was like, I don't want to bring anything back to me with me, from San Francisco.
Is your other bracelet black charcoal?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I love black charcoal. It's supposed to really also help.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So she was like, I got you. This is what you need to get. So and Rick is like major eye roll the whole time. He's like, oh my God, like really?
Well, he actually heard voices at Alcatraz. And
yes.
Yeah. So you both had experiences there. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you going at night, I'm sure the energy is going to be like times 10.
I'm really excited to check it out. I'm just going to have to tell them to stay there.
Yeah. Just beware.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and it's not so much when you're outside the prison, it's more when you're actually in the prison that you really start to feel it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I will definitely report back, and I will let everyone here know how it went.
Yeah.
If you don't see me anymore after that visit, you know what happened.
I'll have to look for a new co-host.
Now, while you were there, because you were gone for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
And while you were there, you had a Wi-Fi issue for a couple of days. What happened?
Yes. So what we did was we stayed in San Francisco for 4 days, and then we rented a car and we drove up the coast, and ultimately we ended up in Portland, Oregon, and then we flew back from Portland, Oregon. And one of the reasons why we decided to do that was because, number one, it's beautiful country out there, and it's great to drive up the coast of California and up the coast of Oregon. But the second reason was because, we wanted to see Crater Lake, which is a really, really beautiful, I think it's like the deepest lake in the United States.
Yeah, and that's near Prospect, Oregon, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
So on our way there, so there were a couple of things that happened. So on our way there, we stopped at this kind of tourist attraction place where you were among all the redwoods and you had to go on all these suspension bridges, and you're like 70, 80 feet in the air.
Oh, geez. That's like 8-9-story building.
I know. So you're walking across these extension bridges, and, I was fine with that. But part of it was there was this metal circular staircase on the side of one of the trees.
Okay.
And you had no choice but to look down because you're
gosh.
trying to navigate the circular staircase and you're 80 or 90 feet in the air. And I'm like, Rick, I'm going to kill you when I get back on the ground because I was totally freaked out. Like I was fine until then.
Okay. So I'm guessing you would not go on Top Thrill 2 at Cedar Point with me.
No, I would.
Oh, you would? You're
Yeah,
a
roller
coaster
coasters
fan.
don't
Okay.
bother me. Yeah, roller coasters don't bother me. It's just that circular staircases freak me out anyway.
Okay.
Like under any circumstances.
Yeah.
But being on the side of a tree and you're 80 or 90 feet up in the air, no.
Well, you sent me some of those pictures. It was pretty impressive how high you were.
Yeah, we were up high.
Yeah.
And then we got to Crater Lake. And the thing with Crater Lake was, we didn't realize it was like 32 degrees.
Oh, okay.
So there was like over 6 feet, like giant piles
I'm
of
guessing
snow.
you were at a really high elevation, right?
We were at a really high elevation. So, but the place that we stayed at, this is what really freaked me out. And we were there for 2 days. No Wi-Fi, no cell phone service, no television in the cabin. We were sleeping in a fucking toddler bed. I was like, and here we are, two giant people in, a toddler bed. And I'm like, and me, I mean, I've got to be on my phone like all the time.
Well,
so
was
it was
some
torture.
Intermittent messages from you that seemed like you were distressed.
Torture for me because I was like, I can't get on social media. I'm like, oh my God. Like,
I don't remember. There was something going on at that time that we probably needed you. I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember what it was either.
Yeah,
but I was like, oh my God. So I told Rick, I said, okay, you're not booking the hotels moving forward. So when we got to Portland, which was our next stop, I booked the hotel.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And it was a nice hotel with a big giant king size bed and a big giant bathroom. And there was cell phone service and there was a TV and there was
free Wi-Fi.
Yeah, free Wi-Fi. So that's how I roll.
Right.
But the funny thing, going back to Crater Lake, I hadn't seen snow in I don't know how long. Like it's been like years.
Okay.
So Rick is like, he's like, get out of the car, climb up the snowbank and I'll take your picture, next to Crater Lake.
And just for context, these snowbanks, because I saw a couple of photos, they were like 9-10 feet high.
At least.
Yeah, they were higher than a car.
Yeah, yeah. So I get on top of the snowbank and he takes my picture. As soon as he's done, I'm like, bloop, flat on my back. I'm like, okay, I'm just ready to go at this point.
And there's no video of that?
There's no video of it.
Okay.
There is a picture of me that I sent to you where I'm actually right before the fall.
Okay. Yeah, the picture just looks like you're extraordinarily cold.
It was freezing.
And maybe a touch miserable.
I was miserable because it was so cold. I mean, we're from Florida. Our blood has thinned by now, so
100%.
you go somewhere where it's like 32 degrees or less and you're like freezing to death.
0 degrees.
Yeah.
I completely agree. Florida changes your blood.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So it was a great trip overall. And, I'm glad you're going, and you should definitely check out Castro and Lombard Street.
Yeah, I've never been to San Francisco. I've never made it over there.
So much fun.
So yeah, definitely we'll check it out.
Yeah, great city. I would live there if I could.
Well, that is in the fall, so I'll be giving folks updates probably later in the year, but I can't wait to check it out.
Absolutely.